But now we're gonna do another throwback, yeah? Let me just do something. I hope they have not deleted it. I hope they haven't deleted this. Yeah, I just hope they haven't. I hope they haven't. Um There we go. The job is mine. All right. So we're gonna react to that. And in case you didn't know, yeah, Jess Hilarious and Loren, basically, this is their their version of the I don't even want to say the word and the is mine. I'm not even gonna say it like that. Get me? If you know the song Brandy and Monica. You know what I mean? Like they need to do a duo album and a duo tour. It's long overdue, all right? But if you understand what was going on between Lauren and Just Hilarious, do you know what I mean? I blame the people in the comments. All right. They were the one that when Just Hilarious was on a maternity break, yeah, they were trying to say that Lauren was better than Just Hilarious. And of course she would be, because she's media trained. Like this is what she literally trained to be and do, among other things, as a media personality or a presenter or a journalist. Let me use that word, as a journalist. So she was only going to do her film professional. Jess is a mess. She's a comedian. You know what I mean? She's always going to do things that are, I'm not going to say not things that are not always on the right path, but she's always like Jess with a mess. The clue is in that situation there. So I think it'll be fun just to keep both of them. That's my humble opinion. You know what I mean? Let's keep moving. Let's go. Oh man, if you know anything, if you know anything about videos, music videos, especially when it comes to hip hop and R&B, yeah, I don't know about rock. I don't know about any other indie rock or any other genre. I do not know. But when it comes to hip hop and R&B, I blame Hype Williams for this. They're in a grater. I promise you, they look like they're in the grater. Bronica, you know. Is that what they're calling them now? Bronica? Oh man. The miseducation of the Breakfast Club. If oh my days, because you get it. All right, Bronica is a combination of Monica and Brandy. Cool. You get that interpretation. The job is mine is the interpretation of the title of the original song. Then you got the miseducation of the Breakfast Club, which is an interpretation of the miseducation of Miss Lauren Hill, although that technically is a interpretation of a book. The miseducation of I forgot the name of it, but if I can remember it, I'll pull it up. But anyway, so yeah, man. What's that? Hold on. What did I say? Pronunciation records. These people got too much time on their hands. What? But nah, this scene here genuinely reminds me of that type of video. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Hey, let's go. Not the oh man. Nah. That it's one thing to try and interpret the song. That's one thing. Now, I don't know if they really are in iHeartRadio studios or they're in a location where they film these type of videos where in the early 2000s, you know what I mean? But because yo, but the to get the scenery of the position where there's there, where Brandy was sitting, not sitting, where she was standing, where Monica was standing, and the way they pan it, like, oh man, I listen.
Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute? Sure, you know.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I think it's my speaker. Cause ain't no way. Because I'm thinking if it's the if it's YouTube, then let's try it again.
You look kind of familiar. Yeah, you do too. But I just wanted to know, are you sure you want your job? You know, your job? Oh yeah, definitely. I want my job. Well, I just want your let you know it's mine. No, it's mine. You need to give it up. They had about enough.
And listen, I won't lie to you. I always kept on thinking, Angela Yee, she kind of made the Breakfast Club more, you know what I mean? Like, she did her thing, yeah, and it's kind of different without it, you know what I mean? You can almost tell. But like, if they were to consistently do things like this, that make skits, I think it would help. I genuinely, I look. I'm not being funny here. Think about it. Jess hilarious. Yeah, she's a comedian, so naturally she can make skits about certain things that happen during the week or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I like, and obviously, Dono, Don, what's his name? Donald Rollins. You hear me? Ashley Larry. Do you know what I mean? If you know, you know. He knows about making skits. You know what I mean? From being on the Dave Chappelle show as, you know, one of the characters, Ashley Larry and that. So it's like, I think, yeah, like maybe that's the next step. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I know it's radio, that's one thing, but if you're talking about visuals and going viral all the time, not viral all the time, but like, do you know what I mean? You want to consistently keep those numbers up because obviously, let's be real, iHeartRadio or High Art Media, should I say, or whatever, do you know, iHeartRadio's right there. Like, they obviously want the numbers to go up. The more numbers they have that go up, the better for them, the better, right? I mean, obviously, they've got more than the Breakfast Club. They own a conglomerate of radios, just like Global Radio own a conglomerate in the UK. You know what I mean? Like they took over Trace FM. I'm still upset about that. I'm still upset about that. Are you taking over Trace FM? Like, Brad, nah, hold on. I want to run for a bit. Get me? How you taking over Trace FM? Yeah. And then after you take over Trace FM, what you do is you say, all right, instead of you owning your station, do you know what I mean? Which was black owned and that. Look, everyone has their right to own whatever they want. Oh, get it, cool. But this was black owned. You know what I mean? They were playing predominantly hip hop and R&B, sometimes grime, like sometimes UK music. Now and again, now and again, Jenny Francis would play a couple tunes like like last 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Even DJ 279, you know what I mean? The only tune from the UK that you would hear most of the time was from Nathan, aka Nathan Starboy, or Starboy Nathan, aka Nathan NFG. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Like you would hear his songs on radio every single time. But that aside, like it's just the fact that obviously the radio host was predominantly, you know, black. You know what I mean? Right. Now hear me out. So it's just the fact that seeing Capital Extra is basically trying to be like Trace FM and One Extra. Do you know what I mean? Basically, that's the best way I can put it. And when you think about it, it's like now you're hiring black hosts to play, you know, obviously, in all fairness, there have been more UK artists that have been played on radio on Capital Extra, so I'll give him that credit. All right, I'll give him that credit. However, at the same time, anyway, I had to let that. I had to. It still weighs heavy on my heart. All right, I I still can't get over it because it's like, and it's just the fact of it started as a pirate radio station. And then now you got to think about how many years ago this was. Anyway, let's keep moving. I know I went off into a tangent, but anyway.
No, it's mine. You need to give it up. They had about enough. It's not hard to see.
Singing.
The job is mine. I'm sorry that you seem to
I need to know what Brandy and Monica think about this. Seriously. I want to know, like, forget about what Jar thinks. I want to know what Brandy and Monica think about this. Because, hey, okay, listen. And that just shows you again how timeless music can be. You know what I mean? Like a new set of generation is going to be hearing this probably for the first time, and they may not understand the interpretation of where this is coming from. Yeah. However, obviously, someone like me is gonna say and let people know where this comes from. Do you understand? That's why I like doing reaction videos, and especially to older like songs that are from a different generation, a different decade, and stuff like that. Because this was what 1998, bruv. 1998. Do you know what happened in 1998? There was the World Cup in 1998. No, wait, was there? Yes, there was the World Cup, France 1998. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Like what else happened in 1998? Do you know what I mean? Like 1998 was that year. I think it's also one of the best years for hip hop culture as a whole in terms of releasing music albums. Like I promise you, there was I think even DMX released yeah, it was 1998. DMX released two albums that went number one. So Future's not the first one that went number one in the same year with an album. Do you know what I mean? He's not the first one. However, you know what I mean? Shout out to Future and that, man. But I'm saying shout out to him as if, you know what I mean? However, I'm saying shout out to him because if he never allowed Kendrick Lamar to just spaz on like that, you know what I mean? Hey, he saved hip hop. Let's just say it that way. He saved hip hop, man. Let's go.
Confused. That seat belongs to me. The job is mine. I think it's time we got this straight. Sat and talk face to face. There is no way you could mistake this for your job. Are you insane? See, I know that you may be.
Listen, I'm so sorry about the way this is breaking up. Um, the next time I go live, or before the next time I go live, I'm going to have to properly disconnect the audio, properly disconnect the internet, and just restart everything, or properly restart the everything, because I can't believe this. This is literally ruining the vibes. You know what I mean? It's ruining the vibes. It's ruining the vibes because I wanna hear clearly what they're gonna say. I don't want to have to. You know what I mean? Let's go. I'm gonna turn on the captions for it then.
Be jealous of me. You lost your mind if you can't see. A bitch can speak and I can read. See, I tried to hesitate. I didn't want to say what they told me. They said without me here to explain the latest news, they wouldn't stay. Well, maybe you misunderstood, cause I can't see how they could wanna change something that's so good. All my mess was all it took. You need to give it up. They had about enough. It's not hard to.
I don't understand. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like growing up here. Like I don't know if you got sisters, you will understand. Yeah, like like this reminds me of seeing my sisters trying to dance and sing along to a song, especially this. Well, especially that song with Brandy and Monica. But anyway, I'm not wondering, are they gonna pull the chair, be like, not yours, but mine, not yours, but mine? I listen, are they gonna do that? But this is good. I reckon IR media, if they're smart, they'll keep both of them. They will keep both of them. I don't think they're gonna let Jess Hilarious go. And I don't think that to be honest, I don't even think there was a misinterpretation in the first place. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't. You know what I mean? I just feel like what Jess Hilarious did was she looked at the comments and be like, I bet. You know what I mean? She drew inspiration from that. You can't listen, I'll be honest, yeah. Because it may seem like, oh Ross, she's jealous, or you know what I mean? Like why I don't explain not that she's jealous that someone's doing better at the job, but do you know what I mean? It's a case of hang on, people prefer Lauren over her. It happens. I mean, they were literally trialing hosts where they had Ray J popping up on a few other occasions. Like he would have been a sick host. I reckon had they stuck with Ray J, no disrespect to Jess Hilarious or Lauren, I genuinely think Ray J. I don't know, and do you know what's so ironic about this? I'm talking about Ray J, and I just remembered Ray J is Brandy's brother. how is this happening? Anyway, look. Anyway, look. Not how is it happening that Ray did Brandy's brother, but I'm saying it in terms of the way I can draw on parallels in certain situations. Because even when I read to the Janet Jackson song, I was mentioning about something else, and I draw parallels to that. But anyway, so in regards to this situation, Ray J being a host, I reckon like some people may laugh and joke and not take him serious and all that, but I genuinely feel as though, and I could be wrong, he would be in a better space mentally, yeah, if he was to hold down a hosting job at the Breakfast Club. It would remind me of the time when Mr. 106 and Park, aka Bow Wow, became the host of 106 and Park. You know what I mean? It just almost seemed like it was just meant to happen. You know what I mean? Even though AJ and Free are the best hosts of 106 and Park, don't argue with me. That's just facts. All right, let's keep moving. Let's go.
To see the job is mine. I'm sorry that you seem
Why
to
were you
be
calling everyone tell you like that?
confused. That seat belongs to me. The job is mine. Not yours, not yours, but mine, but mine, but mine.
I knew that had to be going over a seat at one point. Look, this is how I know. Look. You can see how unserious they are. Like, you can see how unserious they are. And I like that for them because they always pit women against women, even though technically men always pit themselves against each other. No diddy. Yeah. But you know what I mean? I feel like this was great to see. This is great to see because it's just making a mockery out of you people who are always in the comments, just making comments saying Lauren's better than just hilarious. I so bet, get me. And now you're saying that Lawrence should take over just hilarious job. No, all right, cool, bet. Get me the job's both of us. How about that? Do you know what I mean? Just like Brandy and Monica, they're both. I forgot the name of the song, but you get it. But anyway, keep moving. See, holding hands together, unity. That's how I saw that at. Don't ever get that twisted.
iPhone
You
16,
see when people want to
built
act like oh, some women can't get along, or you know what I mean, when people in a workspace, you know what I mean? Like, no, they get along fine. It's clear. You know what I mean? They had fun. They literally had fun making that. They literally like they literally had fun making that. Even if it was, I don't explain it. You know, sometimes when you're trying to make make visuals of something. Anyway, let's keep moving because there's something I need to do as well. Um, I like that they did an auto and used their real can't sing voices. That's the whole point. That's what makes it even more hilarious. It's the fact that they know they can't sing. They know they know we all know they can't sing, and they want us to be aware of that, even though even though they are basically technically radio presenters. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of ironic that they can't sing. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of ironic. You get me? Whoever came up with this idea, give him a raise. Do you know what I mean? I think Jess Hilarious came with the idea. I really think Jess Hilarious. Beanie Man was on there as well. Why? Whatever he says. I remember my photo sister used to call me Beanie Man because I used to write a lot of lyrics. Don't get it twisted. I'm not the king of dance, so I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not Beanie Man, but I get why she said that. It is what it is. Anyway, not just on the Monica sandals. I'm screaming. One of the best ideas in drama ever. I'm so done with y'all. This is how you handled it. Great job, Jess and Lauren. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people had to. Anyway, let's just. I'm gonna leave my comment real quick. I like the fact that they both um it's, they both are so unserious. Don't let me get serious. It's a nice for serious anyway. And the greater, the cheese grater visuals from gave it the hype Williams vibe. If you know, you wait. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Get me. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on that, yeah? Because hey, you need to give it up. Jeez. All right, shout out to you know what? Let's get back into more music. Kendrick Lamar.